Okay, perfect.
Okay, so can you hear my voice clearly, Tarkan?
Yeah, I can hear you. Everything really good.
Okay, so I'll try to check whether if our live is connected successfully to LinkedIn. So let me
Yeah,
open my LinkedIn first.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I guess I have seen that we have already have some audience in our discussion group in
Okay,
LinkedIn. So we can try to begin our discussion. So good
okay,
evening, everyone. Selamat malam semuanya. My name is Rivaldi. Nama saya Rivaldi, and I'm here with Tarkan Salar. And we will be talking about how to set goal setting to dominate our industries, whether you are an entrepreneur or you are an entrepreneur. So the first thing that I want to tell you is that we will be mainly talking in English language. So please excuse us. And if there's something that maybe you don't understand, please drop your question in the chat, and I will try to I will try to answer your question whether it's in English or in Indonesia. Jadi buat semuanya yang ada di LinkedIn atau di YouTube, saya di sini akan diskusi bersama Tarkan menggunakan bahasa Inggris. Dan kalau misalkan ada dari teman-teman yang mau bertanya atau mungkin ada yang kurang mengerti tentang apa yang kita sampaikan, jadi silahkan drop di chat aja. Nanti akan saya coba jawab, baik itu dalam bahasa Indonesia ataupun dalam bahasa Inggris. Okay, so I'm really happy to be here along with Tarkan. And let me introduce myself. My name is Rivaldi Varianto Susilo. So right now I'm working in the UK. Saya tinggal dan kerja di UK sebagai seorang engineer. I'm working as an aerodynamic engineer in Airbus, and Airbus is one of the largest aircraft manufacturers in the world. So as you can see, that I'm a fully intrapreneur atau saya bekerja sebagai seorang employee di sebuah perusahaan. And I will let Tarkan to introduce himself to all of you. So please, Tarkan.
Hi guys, my name is Tarkan. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur and impact coach. And I run startups where I build the most loved lifestyle brand in the world. And then I have some digital projects too. And I'm also focusing on impact coaching with the aim to make people aware that mindset comes first and then skill set, but we got it wrong. We are learning skill set and then we don't know how to use it, feel often overwhelmed or feel anxiety or lack of fulfillment. So I want to help people to get the right mindset to be successful in life and business. And this is for entrepreneurs like Rivaldi and entrepreneurs like me. So that's what I'm doing. And I did before. I'm an entrepreneur since I'm 18 years old. I'm in a fashion industry before for 26 years. I built a 8-figure business and I invented two world first invention in denims, never done before. I was the first one invented that. So, and now I make a transition into something else. And yeah, and I'm here to share my experiences. Everything what I'm talking about, I'm practicing myself. I'm a practitioner, not only talking about it. I practice everything about mind setting, what I talk about business setting, what I'm talking about. So I'm a practitioner.
All right. Thank you very much, Tarkan. So just to add a little note that Tarkan here, you are coming from Germany, right? But right now
Germany, yeah.
you live, yes, and right now
In
you live in Jakarta,
yes, Jakarta and
right?
Bali.
Jakarta and Bali. Okay, thank you very much.
Mm.
So as you can see that we will be covering a goal setting. So either you are an entrepreneur like me who works in a company, or you want to have your own business like Tarkan as an entrepreneur. So we will try to tackle the important things about goal settings, why we need to do goal setting, and how does it will affect on our success in the future. But firstly, I want to tell you that we have this 1 hour session with you. And what we will do, me and Tarkan, we will try to ask each other questions, and then we will answer it based on our own experience and our own point of view for 40 minutes. And for the last 20 minutes, you can have questions addressed to us, and we will try to answer that for you. Okay.
Perfect.
So, yeah, let's begin. I will
Okay.
ask you first, Tarkan. This is
Okay,
the most
cool.
basic questions about goal setting. So,
Okay.
why it's important to have a goal setting practice, or even why is it important to have goals? What do you think, Tarkan?
So so if you ask me this, this is the same thing like when you go out of your house and you want to go somewhere, you need a destination. You don't get into your car or on your bike or start walking without a destination. Most likely, we always have a destination where to go. Yeah, and this is same in life. If you don't have clear vision and goals, then you are not in charge. You're just living from the outside with the outside circumstances, and then you are running after your life. You're not in charge of your life, so to speak. Yeah, so goal setting is the most fundamental thing. If you want to have clarity, focus, purpose, everything is connected to goal setting. Because if you don't have clear vision and goals, you lack purpose. If you lack purpose, you don't have clarity and focus. If you don't have clarity and focus, you don't have grit and resilience. This means when things gets hard, you don't have enough purpose to get up back again. You don't have enough clarity to keep going. Yeah, so this is all connected, and if you do it in the right way, then it will bring you wherever you want to go. So that's why it's so important to set goals, and that's why the people, every successful person on this planet, like every high performer, they're doing almost all the same. They're visualizing. Yeah, Michael Phelps, the swimmer with the most Olympic gold medals in the world in history. He visualized his victories since he's 7 years old. 7 years. Yeah. Ronaldo or any business person, they all visualize their victories before they happen. All of this, they have this in common. And then they have also not only write the vision and goals down because there is two different things. So one is vision and goals. This is long term, ideally 3 to 5 years into the future. And then you have short term goals. This is different. Yeah, this is more like OKRs, objective key results, what you want to achieve in 3, 6, 9, or 12 months. Yeah, so they are completely different. And if you want to, let's say, dominate your industry, you need to get this right first, specifically in our time where we are living right now. Every day, new AI, new tools appear every day. So you can't even learn a skill fast enough before it becomes obsolete again. Right now, the highest, one of the highest paid job without a university degree, without any certificates, yeah, is prompt engineering. It's like how you use AI. Yeah, companies pay between 80 and $400,000 per year for that type of jobs right now. That is one of the hottest job, prompt engineering. Look it up. Whoever is listening, guys, prompt engineering is one of the best paid jobs right now. Yeah, for entrepreneurs. But for how long? You become the jobs can become obsolete, like most of the jobs will. The only thing we can do and invest in which cannot become obsolete is a growth mindset. That's the only thing. Everything else will become obsolete, and the only thing we can consistently grow is our growth mindset, and that is the only thing which is superior to any AI or to any invention, because that makes the difference, all the difference. Yeah, so goal setting for success is absolute necessary. No goal setting, the right goal setting, and success cannot come. Definitely not long-term success.
Yeah. Okay, so I do agree with you, Tarkan. So goal setting or goals is something that's very important and it's a requirement for us to be successful. And this is my questions specific to entrepreneur. So
Mm-hmm.
because your experience is from coming from an entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so let's say if I want to start a business,
Yeah.
there are people who says, okay, just do that first, just do something first, look what you can do, and
Yeah.
try something. Or
Yeah.
is it better for us to have this clear mindset, like, okay, I want to run a business, I want to have my own additional income, and I
Yeah.
need to have, let's say, 1 billion Indonesian rupiah per year?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or is it better to just try it, and I don't have any specific target in mind, and I will see what I can do and I can have in the next, let's say, 6 months?
Yeah, yeah. Also definitely you if you want, this is short-term goal. But what I always would start with, this is my course, this Happy Super Entrepreneur and Entrepreneur is based on that. Is based basically the very simple fact that you reprogram your subconscious, reprogram, because we cannot delete our old program. Whatever we experience, whatever the voice and the noise you have in your head and the voices, this cannot be deleted. We can only override it like a computer program. So then you tune up your new vision and goals, and the old voice, it will go down, the noise. Yeah, that is how it works. So if you, and this is very simple, you write down your vision and goals in 3 to 5 years into the future with a date and a year, and then you read it every day. That is the important part. While you're reading it, your mind starts becoming more visions, and then more ideas how to make this 1 billion, what you just talked about it. You need to program it, yeah, and then let your subconscious communicate with your mind, because this your subconscious know better what you're capable of than you do. Yeah, so it's very simple. If you just write it down, read it every day, you start to a thinking process, and then the answers will come. But you don't realize it. You just do things which will bring you to your vision and goals. And before you know, you did a business which comes from inside, so which means you enjoy, and it brings you the money too. But this can only happen if you program your subconscious. Otherwise, you will. The normal way is, okay, what is trending right now? Bitcoin or stocks or I don't know, a metaverse or some anything trending, you jump on it, or affiliate marketing, blah blah blah. But this is a trend to make quick money. Yeah, this doesn't mean you because this trend will be over, then you start again. You start from zero again. Okay, or yeah, so the Amazon power sellers, they make a lot of money. Okay, then you jump on that. So you're constantly jumping. But if you program your subconscious brings you where you want to go. You will earn the money and you will feel fulfilled and have the vision for your longer goal. Yeah,
Right.
so that is so what you mean is just get started is more important than make the biggest plan, but this is different story. Yeah, this is I'm a big fan of taking action, but I'm a bigger fan if you program your mind, then your mind tell you which action you should take. You should take definitely action, but the
Right.
point is which action.
Right. Okay. So that means it is still important for us to take action, to
Definitely.
just do it. But the
Always.
more important things is the direction. We don't want to do something that uh, not support on what we want to do in the future, or not
Exactly.
supporting on our vision. So thank you,
Exactly.
Tarkan, for the response. Um, yeah, maybe we can take turn in giving a questions.
Um, you, I should ask you.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Um, so my question is because at the moment the biggest pain point from all companies are HR, human resources. Every company owner I know, or most of them, they complain they cannot find the right people or the people with enough focus because outside the business is more tough, yeah, but the people's attention is less, specifically since working from home in the pandemic. Everyone, everyone, as of many people, not everyone, but many people have a side job, yeah, side hustle, because nobody knew what will happen in the pandemic, blah, blah, blah. So what happened is, so companies need more attention and more commitment, and people drifting away in the other direction. So you have complete opposite trends. Companies need more, people have less attention because if they have a side hustle and working in a company, no matter what someone say, you cannot have the same amount of attention. It's not possible. Yeah. Uh, um, so my question is, because that is the biggest pain point, how as an entrepreneur you align your vision with your company's vision?
Okay. All right. So this is quite an interesting topic for me to share because it really connects with my experience in the past. And I think mostly my answer will be similar with what you have said because I will highlight the importance of clarity and self awareness. And in this case, by clarity, what I mean is what I want to do, what I love, and what I want to achieve in the future. And by self awareness, that means I know what my strength is, I know what my weakness is, I know the capability of what I can do every day. So if I combine my clarity and self awareness into the vision of the organization that I'm working to, then I believe it should be giving me something great. So I will try to give you an example here, and let's see. I'm trying to present my screen. Okay, share screen. So please bear with me. Okay, let me do it again. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm opening the greatest software of all the time. So it's
Hmm.
called Paint. And I will try to illustrate what I want to share to all of you. So
Hmm.
let's say um, we have a very big organization here, a very big company, and you are working in it. Let's say this organization have some kind of vision into the future, and this vision, I will try to illustrate this as an arrow. So it's facing upwards a little bit to the right, okay? So this big arrow is your company's vision, your organization vision. And you, as an entrepreneur, or you as an employee, maybe you are only a tiny dot inside of this arrow. Let's say this is me, okay? And whatever you do, maybe it will not much change the direction of the arrow, because uh, the organization here, it comprises of, let's say, 1,000 employees or hundreds employees with a lot of shareholders. So whatever you do, maybe it will not change the direction of the arrow, okay? Let's say you have a direction to here, or maybe this is what you want to do, or maybe to this direction, but you need to understand that you are only a little dot in here. So what does this tell us? What I want to tell you is, don't minimize yourself. So whether if even if you are a tiny dot in this big arrow, there is still an option for you. You can still have a big degree of freedom to choose what you want to do inside of this arrow and what you want to achieve inside of the organization. Because you can have an option whether you want to be in here in front of the arrow and try to lead everyone else, try to lead the organization to where it want to go, or maybe you can be here on the backward of the arrow, just waiting, or just doing what everybody else is doing without any additional positive contribution to your organization. And it will be very different, because if you are in this area, that means you will be in the area of greatness. You will have a lot of things, you will have a lot of experience, you will have a lot of opportunities that you don't have if you are in the backward area of the arrow. So what I'm trying to do is, of course, I have my personal interest, I have my personal vision, what I want to achieve inside and outside of the organization, and I'm trying to align um, that vision. I'm trying to align what I want to do with what the company wants to do. And if there is this alignment, then I will try to be in this area. I will try to be in the forward of the arrow. I will try to be the one leading the change, not the one in the back and only waiting for something to happen. Because if you are in here, that means you are living someone else's dream. You are not living your dream. Okay. And if you are in front of here, that doesn't mean you need to be a manager. That doesn't mean you need to be a director. You need to be a leader for your own self and a leader for your environment. So it's not about the title, but it's about what you want to do inside of this organization. And I think that's my answer, Tarkan.
This is, I think, the best answer I ever heard. So we didn't rehearse what we are talking about here, and I'm really positively surprised that because that's what I'm trying to give the people, this mindset that um, I have the feeling people is mostly, yeah, the companies. I don't want to make other people richer, or they don't treat me well, blah blah blah. Yeah, I mean, some companies might be, but we always expect others to change first. But what if what you just said, you don't lead because you want a title, you lead to inspire others, right? And
Right.
um, like every relationship, there is no relationship in the world which works only one-sided. It doesn't exist. Like parents or spouse or marriage, every relationship, even with your kids, friends, always two people need to work on it. It cannot be either only the company or only the employee. It's not possible. Yeah. And with the mindset from Rivaldi, that is the happy super entrepreneur mindset because you go your way. You don't wake up every day, go unfulfilled to work because according to research, 87% of the people go every day to work unfulfilled or they are not unhappy at work. And 77% Americans looking for another job while working. And this will be in other countries similar. This is according to a Harvard study. 87% unhappy at work, but a company cannot give you the happiness. The happiness comes from you first, and then you find it in the company or you don't. If you're not
Right.
happy, you just change the company and then until because the purpose is in here. The company cannot give you the purpose.
Right.
Yeah. So and that's why as and imagine now, Rivaldi, what would happen? Yeah, this Happy Super Entrepreneur program. What we are doing is the Happy Super Entrepreneur program. Imagine we would do this on scale. Imagine we would come to Airbus and then we would have 100 engineers, workers from any background, and we could align them only 20-30% with your mindset. 20-30%, imagine. This would have a almost immediate snowball effect because you are not the only dot in the arrow anymore. Because then you have a lot of arrows in the front, a very little arrows in the back. Imagine this would means the Airbus would go from this arrow like this and then like a rocket up. This is the power. So we need to understand power comes from alignment. We cannot just point the fingers and blame a company or no, the Gen Z don't have the right mindset, blah, blah, blah. That's
Right.
bullshit.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult. I'm saying it's also difficult. Before I made my transition with the mindset, I tried to be a good leader, but often I couldn't be enough inspiring maybe because I didn't know how. Like I tried to be good, fair, honest, yeah, but it doesn't, the people don't perceive it that way. They still maybe thought I'm an I don't want to say the word, but they perceive not all good gestures in the right way.
Right.
Yeah, and so that is so important. And when you do this, what you do, Rivaldi, in a company, and when we could inspire more people to think like that, they would be happy in the company. They would be moving up in the company because they're inspiring. They do better work, better innovation, and then if eventually the company will see it. And if the company doesn't see it, nobody can take away your mindset. You just go to a company which appreciate your mindset.
Yeah.
Because if we go every day to work unfulfilled and spending the most time of our life, the most waking hours we spend at work, that's stupid. We shouldn't do that. Yeah. And so we need to really change the conversation. It's not only company, it's not only people or employees. We need to create a win-win situation. And that's what I'm trying with Happy Super Entrepreneurs and with what we're trying now, Vivaldi Entrepreneurs, to align company, people, so both are more successful and more happy because both benefit from it. Yeah, if so many people are unhappy at work, who benefits? Nobody.
Right.
Yeah. So then, how is your goal setting in general? Like, how is
Ah,
your goal setting in general?
okay. So yeah, we move to my own goal setting practice.
Yeah.
There are a lot of methods that I can try to share here, but unfortunately, we only have a limited amount of time. So
Yeah.
I will just explain one of the methodology that I use.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if there is any next opportunity, of course, then we will always happy to share it
Ex-
again to you.
yeah.
What I want to tell you is maybe this is, I think you all also have told this before, Tarkan. So um, I usually break down what I want to do into three time scale. The
Mm-hmm.
first one is my long-term goal. So
Uh-huh.
it's 10 years in the future.
Yeah.
And the next one is the midterm goal. So this is a 5 years in the futures or 3 years in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one is the short-term goal or 1 year in the future. And the
Mm-hmm.
difference between all of these three is if we are talking about what I want 10 years in the future, or if I ask you, what do you want to do 10 years in the future? Usually you don't have any answer because it's really difficult to imagine. We don't know what we will becomes. We don't know whether if we will still live in our town right now or we will go to somewhere else. We don't know if the technology is still like today, or maybe there will be an advancement in artificial intelligence or other things like that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know, right? 10 years in
Mm-hmm.
the future is so long. So
Yeah.
it's very abstract. So usually what I do is I try to imagine what I want to feel 10 years in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, so in 10 years, I want to feel like, of course, I want to be happy and I want to feel like I'm successful. I want to be proud of myself. I want to feel like I don't need to worry about the money anymore. I want to have a financial freedom. So this kind of abstract idea is what shapes my 10 years in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And from that, we go to the mid-range goal, either 3 or 5 years. And in here, I can already try to construct from the abstract idea into more realistic idea. So like maybe in the next 3 years or in the next 5 years, I want to be working in USA, or maybe I want to move to Japan, or maybe I want to start my own business in the next 5 years. I want to earn 10 billion Indonesian rupiah in the next 3 years. It's something that's uh, big, really big, but it's also achievable. It's also realistic. Okay. And after I know what I want to do in the next 3 or 5 years, then I try to look into more details into the next 12 months or into the next 1 year. So this is very specific goals, stepping stone. Let's say if I want to work to a USA as an engineer, maybe an IT engineer, that means I need to have an upskilling in IT. That means maybe in the next 12 months, I need to finish a boot camp, or I need to take another degree in IT or maybe in cybersecurity. So this 1 year goal is something really specific that I know I can do it if I want to take it. So that's the methodology that I use from a very abstract idea into a somewhat realistic idea into a very specific stepping stone.
Okay, for that I want to add is because you use the word realistic often. Actually, that is the biggest problem of what people have. Yeah, you need to. I mean, this is one way of goal setting, and it's good, but it's because also your mind thinks probably like an engineer. You know, probably you think very detailed, very technical. So this is everyone is a little bit different there, right? But in
Yeah,
general, the problem, because I'm wondering, every time I'm wondering, I know I have friends, I have colleagues, I offer them my friends to do that to help them without any money, right? But you would be surprised how many people have they're scared shitless to set vision and goals. It's unbelievable. But they're only scared because they're scared to fail, or they're scared to feel the pressure, or they're sometimes even scared for because they could even succeed. Yeah, because your brain is your biggest enemy. Your brain wants to keep you in your current stage because it thinks you are happy at your current stage, which is not true, but that's what your brain thinks. So that's why the actually is more likely you will achieve your goals if you set unrealistic goals. If you because then
okay,
your mind has the space to stretch. If you
right,
set too realistic goal, if for instance you say if you set 10 billion rupiah, which is around $600,000, let's say for 500,000 in 3 years, this is maybe too realistic. So your mind has not enough freedom to create something bigger. So because your mind only think, okay, how I can do it, right? And to connect the goals from 10, 5, and you can do it, but it takes a lot of energy.
yeah,
Yeah. So what the easier way, let's say, is because I think you're a very disciplined person, and like I said, you have technical understanding, and your brain thinks in a different way. So uh, um, the easier way for general people is if you write down your vision and goals clear in clear chapters like health and fitness, spiritual life, financial life, career, money, social life, parenting. This is all important because life, humans are multidimensional, not
right,
one dimensional, right? So, but mostly what we do is, okay, I want to lose 5 kg. I want to be fitter. I want to make money. So we have always the same areas: fitness, money, career. But then what you find out soon is you can set these goals, but then something is lacking. I experienced that many times over. Yeah, if you're spiritually or not on the right level, you make mistakes. Yeah, and then you hustle more to compensate the mistakes. Yes, but you still hustle and you still make the mistakes. Yeah, and so the idea is definitely to uh, um, set big goals, really big goals. Let's say my goal is with Happy Super Entrepreneurs to impact 500 million people in 5 years. I don't know if I can do that, but am I a loser if I only impact 10 million people? No, because I touch 10 million lives. Yeah, but my mind is I program my subconscious to look for opportunities to build habits for this 500 million.
right,
Yeah, so that is the trick. The trick is in the process, what I discovered, because I'm a simple person, I'm a pragmatic person. I like everything simple and fast and impactful. I don't like too much talking like all these life coaches, they talk, but for me, it's not tangible. I need fast, some kind of traction. Yeah, that's me. So, and that's why on I didn't plan to be a coach or impact coach, but on my self-development journey, I find out how to hack my own brain, and then I'm like, try this with other people, and it works. Like like my 15-year-old son, he start his dream book. We write it together, and then I said his only job is he read it every day. And since he did that, he finished 7 self-development books. He's in 6 months. 7 self-development books. A 15-year-old boy is not common to do that,
That's really
right?
great. Yeah.
And but the top books, like the actual books, no novel, or and he understood it because we make every week recap. So he understand everything. He know the mindset of Gary Vee. He know Simon Sinek. He know Robin Sharma. He know Napoleon Hill. He know with 15. He know who these peoples are, what they're standing for, what they're thinking. Only because we program his subconscious that he develop habits to achieve his goal. So the point is the system what I'm doing is so simple that you need to layer by layer you trick you hack your brain. First hack, second hack, third hack. You're not jumping like this from 0 to 100. Yeah. So by reading, you start small things first, and then you read, and then you start more and more the habits. Yeah. So
Right.
that is the idea. So set big goals. It's more
Right.
likely you achieve it than small goals. And don't be scared, because the funny thing is, I mean, if I set 500 million and I reach 1 million, even only 1 million, this would be crazy good, right? 1 million people lives to touch. But if I say 100,000, maybe then I reach 1,000, right? So you understand the concept, right? So
Yeah.
because when the goal is so high, your mind is not like, okay, if I don't reach it, so what? So you're relaxed. You need to be relaxed. You don't need to feel like too much pressure. You need to be relaxed.
Okay.
So it's
So, oh yeah, yes, please, Tarkan.
no, that's what I just want to say. So it's more likely, according also to research, that you achieve like really high goals than if you set your goals too low.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that means it's important to have our goal to be challenging for ourselves. And I see that we have passed the 40 minutes time,
yeah,
but I still have this last question to you, Tarkan, before we
yeah,
move to
no,
the question for
mm,
our audience. Maybe you can try
yeah,
to answer it in a very short way.
yeah.
So, how can we keep our goal to be as big as possible and challenging for us, but also keep ourselves motivated to reach that goal? Because sometimes if we have too big goals and we cannot
Reach it.
see that we have any progress, we will
Hmm.
feel like I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to give up. So,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
did you do based on your experience when you are in that position?
I just read my dream book. That's only thing I did in the beginning. I just read my dream book, read. When I felt lost, I read it. Then I read it every day. You don't skip it for 66 days. You read it every day. I read it even 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I give a class in Telecom University. One student, he felt like I have anxiety. He said he has anxiety. He cannot sleep. He sleep only 1 or 2 hours. Okay, You know what is happen after he read his dream book and start reading his dream book? He told me in the final class when he feel anxiety, when he feel overwhelmed, he reads his dream book, he calms down because he have clarity. Then he is not scared of the future anymore. You see how the power works? So you don't overthink. You just read your vision and goals. And what you're talking about is short-term goals. That's completely different. So for short-term goals, I would do very simple. Focus on 3 to 4 things per day. 3 to 4 things maximum. Yeah, you make a daily list, 3 to 4 things. The most important task, maybe one for fitness, one for family, and one for work. Like that, you can even categorize. So then you're always moving in the right direction. So let's say you have your spiritual life today, or any other goal, but 4 to 5 goals. Don't do to-do list. This to-do list is very, very long. But maybe you can make a main point and then like a mini OKR. So today I want to finish this presentation. I need to do boom, 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 boom. So this is under points. That's how I make my, and I don't call it to-do list. I call it action flow list. Action flow list. Yeah, so you everything is basically you need to program with the right words. Whatever you do, whatever message you write down, it's a message to yourself. Write it down in the way you wanted to progress fast. Yeah, like action list sounds different than to-do list. To-do lists like shit, I have to do it, but action list gives me some kind of power. Action flow list means action and flow. It's going into flow. You need to trick your mind with all these small tricks. Yeah. So a maximum 4 to 5 things per day, and make the list one day the night before, ideally. So then you have a better night, better rest, and then focus also in different areas, not only career. Don't do only to do like action list for work. Otherwise, yourself it comes too short. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks for the answer, Tarkan. And I think we we are taking 8 minutes of the supposed to be Q&A session. So I will directly give the space to our audience. If you have any questions, so feel free to post some comments in the comment sections, and we will see it, and we will try to answer that question.
Yeah. Any question even if it's not directly related to the goal setting, ask whatever you have in mind. We try to, yeah, give you the best possible answer we could.
Okay, I already see some comments, but most of them are not questions. So okay, we will wait. We still have time, and in the meantime, I'm trying to check because I'm opening this through an application called StreamYard. I want to check if I open from LinkedIn. Maybe there are some comments or questions that doesn't pop into what we see here, Tarkan.
Yeah, try better. I read here, what if we are too old to enter the world of work, which is full comp, while we are educated by families who do not in good mindset and making life goals? What do you suggest? It's very Simple. Also, we have a question here. First of all, I want to say thank you for the conversation. What if we are too old to enter the world of work, which is full of competition, while we are educated by families who do not instill a good mindset in making life goals? What do you suggest? It's very simple. You first of all, you are never too old to enter the world of work. And here is the thing: everyone, for some reason, thinks AI is for young people. Yeah, but to be honest, as older you are, as more experience you have, as better questions you can ask AI. So my suggestion is there is write down your vision and goals. What would you, without any restrictions? You are never too old. Write down your vision and goals until your last day. No, don't worry about anything. Just write them how your life from now on, ideally, without any restriction, should be. Read them every day, and your subconscious will bring you to opportunities how to enter the world of work again. And it is a big asset to have experience, because you can ask any AI app the right question. ChatGPT is only good as the questions, but mostly the young people don't have the experience to ask the right questions, like some have, yeah. But mostly, life experience you cannot learn in a short period of time. So don't ever think you are too old. Even for old people to come back to work is the best opportunity right now. Don't think the world is so fast and I'm too old. The opposite, because you have the experience. Now you can use your experience in the best way. But to get the inspiration, to get the purpose again, because we lack all often of purpose. You just reprogram your mind. That's how I started. I reprogrammed because I thought I'm 43, what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. I asked the same question what you're asking right now, and I reprogram my mind. I have a purpose now, and I have big goals, as very big goals. So don't worry, but write down your vision and goals. Read it every day. Just read it every day for 66 days, and then you will achieve whatever you want. If you need help with the right goal setting, please send me a DM on LinkedIn, and then we will work out something. Yeah, I think there is
Okay,
another question: how to add additional positive and
positive.
become outstanding employee in the work we assign to? This is your question.
Okay, so I think that I have tried to explain this a little in what I explained in the session. But for us to be exceptional, it's important to have the clarity. Again, I always love to say this again and again because this is really something that's powerful that can um, make us different from the rest of the employees. So once you have the clarity of what you want to do inside of the organization, let's say I want to be a leader in this organization, or I want to be the best engineer, or I want to be doing something great that will help the vision of this company. When you have that motivation, then it will push you uh, into a more successful area. But one thing that needs to be um, that you need to be careful is what gives you motivation is actually an action. So motivation does not come from anyone. Motivation does not come suddenly when you wake up in the morning, but because you have this consistent action over what you want to do, over your own goal inside of the company, then you will be feeling more motivated to do it. So the main point here is don't wait for anybody in the company to tell you what you want to do. Don't wait your manager to tell you that you need to have this kind of training. No. So your own development in the company is your own responsibility. So you need to know what you want to learn. You need to know what I want to do today, tomorrow, and this week. And once you have this habit, once you have this routine, you will be feeling more motivated. And once you feel more motivated, then you will be a more excellent employees in the point of view of the organization. But the most important thing is you will be feeling happy doing what you are doing. So that's what answer. That's my answer.
Perfect. I have another question. Hi, Tarkan and Rivaldi. May I know, based on your experiences, when our dreams are still valid and valuable to fight for, when we face so many failures, and maybe when we fell old, we fell old enough to do it. So the thing is, uh, I answer this quickly. Yeah. The thing is, first of all, again, you think this because this is lack of purpose. A lack of purpose is because you don't program the enough vision and goals and big enough vision and goals, because we are taught from society, from school, from home, often from home. Also, I grow up in a home like that. There was only success and failure, nothing in between. Yeah, but you need to, first of all, write down your vision and goals. That is the fastest boost what you can get. Second is, don't think in failure. Failure, it's just a stupid thing we learn in our childhood or in schools, or people tell you that, but it's just stupid. There is nothing like failure. Because if you don't fail, you can't be better in something. If you don't fail, you are not joining this class right now and asking this question. Everything, every failure brings you here. If I wouldn't fail, maybe emotionally or in life, not only business, yeah, let's say I'm successful in business, but I'm emotionally failing, then I'm drinking, taking drugs, and compensating with sex. This is how, I mean, you can be successful, but then you do this. I have many rich friends, they live like that. They are super successful, but they're compensating with those things. Yeah, so don't think in failure, and think everything as a process, just as a process. I also often say, hey, I did this so wrong and I'm so stupid, blah, blah, before. But then if I don't do all these mistakes, then I wouldn't be here also coaching right now. I would be running my company, feeling stress, staying in penthouses, driving supercars, but mostly stressed and angry. What's the point? So if Allah don't give me this hard time to make my transition in the last 3 years in COVID, I will not be this person. So I must be grateful for all my failures or all the pain. I'm thanking Allah for all the pain I have, because this made me the person I am. So don't think in failure. Write down your vision and goals. And for spirit and clarity, read them every day. Then you will be going forward. Like I said, when I asked my son, what is the biggest takeaway after 2 weeks? After 2 weeks, he started his dream book. He said, Baba, I'm not scared of the future anymore. Imagine, I couldn't talk anything. I could talk anything I want, but I cannot take the fear away. He read his dream book and program his own subconscious. All of the sudden, he don't fear the future because he is creating the future. So he's not fearing it anymore. Yeah, so if you create your own future, you will feel purpose, and you will don't think in failures. Failure is just a training process. That's it. Like Ronaldo is shooting 1,000 times and hit one time the goal. He shoot 1,000 times. So he don't sit around and say it's failure. Don't think in failure, and read your vision, write down your vision and goals and read them, and then you get inspiration and keep going. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So last questions, because we have been here for 60 minutes, and I think this will be our last question. But don't don't
I think this is for you. I just joined
yeah.
my new job, which
I just joined
is
my new job. It's not related to my goal, which is motorsport engineers, but it is still related to mechanical engineering field. How far can you tolerate failure for emergency and comeback? In this company, I get caught up in their internal conflict as a pion. What should I do? I just find out my other talent other in engineering, which is management. How should I react to that? A bit long, but we'll be glad if you respond. Okay, so I think if you are in a company that maybe is not aligned with what you want to do, then what you need to do is to find what you can do in that situation. So I love this way of thinking from Stoicism. It is called the circle of influence. So in circle of influence, we are seeing there are a lot of things that are outside of our control, and there are some things, important things inside of our controls. And what we need to do is focus on to these internal things, on what we can affect. You don't need to worry too much about what is outside of your control. Let's say if the company has a politics, if there are a lot of other peoples in the companies that speak ill of you, or maybe they don't support you, or they want you to be not successful, then just let them be. Just let them be, because it's not it's outside of your control. You cannot change them. What you can change is only yourself. So what's important is to have this right mindset, like what I and Tarkan have said in this session. And you need to know what you can do. You need to know what do you want to do, and that's it. Eventually you will find a way in that organization to find greatness. But if you have done that and you still met a dead end, that means maybe the next best thing for you is to find a new place, because you are worthy. If you have this kind of mindset, that means you just need to find the correct place for you.
yeah.
Okay.
Then uh,
Yeah, hopefully that answered the questions. And Tarkan, do you want to add something, because this is our last questions, but of course
okay.
we can try to answer in the comment section after this live session ends. So maybe if you have anything else to say,
I
then
would,
please.
I would, yeah, I would just encourage everyone to understand this simple fact. In our time, we feel all this anxiety because the world moving faster and we feel we cannot keep up. Yeah, so we have to know the company life cycle dropped from 77 years. From 77 years, we are talking about Fortune 500 companies, like big companies in America. From 77 years, right now, between 13 and 17 years. Yeah, it goes down almost 70%. Imagine the life cycle, because businesses, companies become super fast obsolete, jobs become obsolete. Of course, people are happy about AI, but also in the back mind, they are scared. Oh, okay, when it will hit me, when it will take my job away, blah, blah, blah. If you are engineer, IT engineer like Rivaldi, then you are less scared because for him, maybe there will be always a lot of jobs. But you cannot live in fear, and you shouldn't live in fear. And the only way you get away from that is clarity and focus. And clarity and focus comes only from vision and goals and purpose. Only then you will not be scared, you will be crystal clear, and you will use along the way every free tools to your advantage. So you're not scared, you're using every opportunity to bring you closer to your vision and goals. And the way to dominate your industry within 6 months is just if you start today, write down in a book your vision and goals in these different chapters and read them every day. You will see what happened within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Your mind starts to see opportunities in your company or in other companies. And then you start taking some actions. This, and before you know, you will use whatever resources you have available according to your vision and goals. And then within 6 months, if you do it intensively, just reading by your vision and goals and taking action, within 6 months, you will dominate your industry. Whatever it is, it can be any industry. Dominate means you will be one of the top people in that industry, and or you will have at least a good customer base, a good income, and move forward. And then, of course, you have to keep learning and keep going and keep taking action. That is, if I would be you, that is the fastest thing you can do because our mind works much, much faster than our body. If I'm 46, if I want to be a professional soccer player in Real Madrid, it doesn't matter if I train 10 hours per day, I cannot do it. I just cannot physically go and join them. But if I want to go into the 1% in the world, like where the smartest people, with learning, I can do it. With mindset, I can do it. Yeah, but physically, I couldn't do it. So our mind is a miracle machine, and 6 months is not a long time. So if you start today to reprogram your vision and goals into your subconscious, then you can dominate whatever industry you're in. That's my takeaway for you guys.
Right.
And
So
if we can help you, ask Rivaldi, send me a DM. And guys, please leave in if you take any value from our conversation. Please give us a review on our LinkedIn. Yeah, a recommendation on our LinkedIn page. There's a section where you can put recommendation. If you took any value, would be greatly appreciated.
yes, agree. It will be really appreciated. And thank you, Tarkan. And hopefully, what we have discussed tonight will leave some positive impact to you, to the audience. And of course, this is not the end. We will be discussing another interesting topics again in the future. So
Yeah.
please stay tuned. And for now, thank you very much.
Thank you
So
very
bye
much,
bye.
guys. Have a great night. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.